Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Married to Sports Podcast. With me, as always, I got Corey, the old man, and Rodney, the facilitator. But guys, guess what? It is Hump Day, and we got Cooking with Bacon today. Coach Bacon, welcome in on Wednesdays. How you doing, my guy?
I'm awesome. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope all the listeners are doing well, ready to just conquer an awesome show and talk about some football, talk about a slate, recap the Bears dominating the Cowboys, and hash some stuff
Had to
out.
go there, didn't you?
Hash some stuff out. Since you went there, let's go ahead and talk about my Cowgirls making Caleb Williams look like a freaking first team All Pro. So let's go ahead and talk about
How
it.
about them Bears?
Well, I mean, I think Caleb was on schedule, didn't have like a ton of pressure for most of the day, and we saw some of Ben Johnson's creativity come out. Hopefully, they see more of that. I don't feel confident about it. As a Bears fan, you're always kind of pessimistic in general. So,
No, Caleb Williams did play great, and the Dallas Cowboys pressure just could not get any pressure up front. That O line played well for the Chicago. Some of his balls that he was throwing were literally on the money, but it was only about one every three.
yeah, hopefully,
I wasn't real happy with Caleb's ball placement. He throw him in the dirt.
Some of the PTSD from USC and last year, I think, is there. And I don't know if I like it or not. It was good to see. It's got to be repeated. I think the thing I like more was that Luther Burton kind of showed up.
Yeah. I only got to see him.
Yeah. So we got a thing on the set here, Coach. I need some help. I want to pick the Cowboys again to cover the spread against the Green Bay Packers, and they won't let me. They said I was the demise against the Bears. Help me out.
I don't know. I think Green Bay probably wins that one, as much as that hurts me to say it.
Yeah, Green Bay's Dallas is just this year. We're just not good.
Green Bay might be the best team in the NFC. Might.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that is a good case there because, I will give Caleb Williams some of his props from this week, but that Dallas defense is horrible. That is just they gave him so much time back there. He was making his breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, bright painted his nails too.
Yeah, it was, geez, that flea flicker. That's one of the worst flea flickers I've ever seen from going from the running back to the quarterback, and he still had time to hit Burton and almost in stride.
Yeah, and Burton was wide open. Nobody around him.
Living here in Illinois, I've gotten to see Luther Burton all the way from, high school through to college because he played there at East St. Louis. And that program down in East St. Louis is just dynamite. I wish Illinois could actually get more of their players from down there, but they don't for some reason. They like to go to Missouri, but he's been dynamic since he was a kid. I just can't get over how electric he is, and I couldn't believe that the Bears didn't get him involved until last week because they really hadn't got him involved.
He missed so much of training camp, right? So I think there's a catch-up period for him, just to be a part of it. I think he's going to be a dynamic piece. I think it'll be interesting how it plays out because you saw both tight ends start to get a little bit more involved. Run game was a little bit better. I think the Bears have a tough schedule, right? The NFC North has a tough schedule this year. And so it's like, what do they do, right? Like, I'm trying to pull it up. I forget. Yeah, I mean, you got Vegas this weekend. You go to Vegas for
Yeah,
Chicago. That'll be a tough one, but Raiders defense who's given up a lot of points at times, and and so it'll be interesting to see. If they come out week 4 2-2, and then got a tough one the following week, it's like, okay, what do they do? Or did the
yeah.
Bears get hung in purgatory of like keeping DJ Moore because you're good enough, or do they explode, or they become good enough that they go get an RB? Like, it's an
Mm-hmm.
interesting one.
That it is. Like I said, their team. I mean, like you said at the beginning, Caleb Williams is still having side effects from his senior year at USC and then last year, and we saw it on some of those balls. Like when there was a little bit of pressure, which there was not much against Dallas, he skipped a couple balls.
Yep, there was like an in route that he was going to DJ Moore on that I remember that he threw low, and that would have been an intermediate gain. And can he improve on that, right? And I think that's like the
Yeah,
tough part. We
yeah, and
hyper evaluate quarterbacks like Jaden Daniels. Everybody like oohing and awing over him, but like, to be frank, like, he hasn't played as well this year. Now he's out, and I
yeah,
mean, and meanwhile,
that
I
is
think
true.
the best quarterback of that class and the best grower of quarterback so far has been, Bo Nix out in Denver, and just his
Yeah,
That,
his maturation.
that's so true.
that's something with Caleb that I've seen though. And like I said, we keep going back to USC in his first year. But if you watch his footwork when he goes to throw, I mean, very rarely, even when he has a clean pocket, you rarely see him plant off that back foot and go. He's usually throwing however he wants to throw at that time.
Yeah,
It's like his fundamentals. He lost it between his freshman and junior year of college. After that, he lost his fundamentals.
yep,
Now,
yep.
what do you
So,
think's going on with DeAndre Swift? Because he hadn't been as effective for y'all as with the Lions.
well, and I mean, DeAndre like has never been like a big hit the hole and go guy, right? I think he's always been really good, stretching where he can bounce out and have some creativity. I think my observation is he's a little less patient to let the hole open than he used to be. And again, like, it's there's probably reasons for that. But I think DeAndre's like Austin Eckler. I think he's best when he's catching balls in movement, and I mean, he's averaging 3.5 a game isn't good, right? But like on the flip side, he averages 7 yards a catch right now, and so it's like, well, who is he? What's the offense going to be? And like the offensive line hasn't got like the push that he probably needs to go get some yards. Now, I mean, you go against Detroit, he averaged 5.5 almost, and this week he kind of stunk it up. But they went to the rookie more too this week when they were just lining up and handing it off. The Mungai kid, and I think that you'll see more of that and more DeAndre in a pass catching role.
Yeah, that
Does
kid from
Roshan
the
Johnson
kid.
come back? Will he be back? Roshan Johnson, will he be back?
I don't know, like Roshan. I don't think he was inactive. Yeah, he's active. They haven't used him. There's something
Oh, I
there
thought,
that Ben Johnson doesn't like,
oh, I thought he was
right?
hurt.
Probably that he wore burnt orange.
Oh, talking about that real quick. I mean, I'm gonna, I know you're an Oklahoma fan, right,
I very
Coach?
much so.
What do you think about losing your quarterback for the next month?
I mean, I think Michael Hawkins, like his dad played at OU. He's a Sooner guy. The plan was originally to redshirt him, but at times last year when he stepped in, he goes to Auburn and wins a big game down there, on the road, right? And it's obviously not Red River, but he won on the road at Auburn with no weapons, and he is a dynamic runner who also can really spin it. And there's a reason you're at Oklahoma. And I think the bigger piece is that he is an Oklahoma guy. Him and his family, like his brother's there, and him and his family have made it very clear that they're sooner born, sooner bred. So, like, win or lose, like I know that Michael Hawkins is all in on Crimson and Cream, and he's going to lay it all on the line, just like he did. You know, he comes in against Tennessee last year, dives in the end zone, and just gets beat up in a meaningless drive because that's who he is. He's an elite competitor, so he'll be fun either way. I still think OU's defense probably like suffocates Arch Manning and makes him want to go back to wherever he came from.
Hey, hey, Coach. As a Clemson fan, can I get you to do me one favor?
Yeah.
Can I get Ben Arbuckle in Clemson? That guy's a great offensive coordinator. Can you please loan him?
Well, you know what's crazy is like I saw yesterday Oklahoma State's already reaching out to him about their head coaching vacancy. And if I'm Arbuckle, I'm like, why if things go well at Oklahoma, like what good has it done to the coordinators that have left lately? Like if you're a coordinator and you leave, like when things are going well, like yeah, BV leaves and goes back to Oklahoma from Clemson, right? And it took time. I think he's got it figured out. I think his job's pretty safe. But you go look at these guys, man. It's tough sledding out there. And if you aren't supported well, like it's not going to go well.
Yeah, the Mike Gundy being fired midway through the season shocked me. Like that's not Oklahoma State's MO.
No, I mean,
for them to make a decision like that, I was actually kind of mildly impressed.
Yeah, I do think it's unfortunate for little brother that and their coach that they did that in the middle of the year. I mean, that guy's bled orange. Like you could tell him after Tulsa, hey, you're done at the end of the year. But like you see the mass exodus that just occurred too yesterday with their commits.
Yeah. They had one of the best running back commits, and he decommitted within a half an hour of the decision.
Yeah,
he decommitted.
Yep,
and we've seen this is the third coaching change we had in the season within the first 4 weeks. And you know what? Honestly, this whole thing, we talked about this on previous episodes about the transfer portal. With it being in the season like that, not only are you going to lose recruits, you know that kids aren't going to stick around after the season. So it's going to be a lot harder to re-recruit your players when you don't know who your guys going to be.
Oh, I think coaches are actually going to have to coach now.
They need to hire. They're going to have to hire the right coach too, because like you said, Gundy. He bled the orange there at Oklahoma State. I mean, he played there. He has coached there. That's a lot of things because a lot of these coaches, and you should this, Coach Bacon. A lot of coaches, certain colleges are stepping stones for them. There's not. I mean, there's, they have their preferred. Hey, this is where I want to be, but I'll do what I have to do to get there, and you can't blame them, but. Is Oklahoma a stepping stone for somebody to get higher, or is it a high-end coaching job?
Believe it or not, Oklahoma State is a high-end coaching job.
I mean, if you're Arbuckle, like what? I mean, I'll look it up really quick. Like you're making $1.5 million as the offensive coordinator at Oklahoma. Like. Yeah. Your wife's an OU fan. Your first date was to the Palace on the Prairie. Like, like it says it also the deal also includes another $1.2 million from outside income and a $90,000 bonus for winning a national championship.
Yeah,
like you've gone from 2 years as an OC at Washington State. You had an incredible quarterback, Cam Ward, there. You had you had Mateer, and like I guess like, is it better to be the offensive coordinator at Oklahoma or the head coach at Oklahoma State? It's just going to depend on how you're wired. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, I've been a head coach, I've been an assistant. Like, I mean, they're different beasts. And which one do you want at like 30 years old? Like, I
yeah,
don't know. Like, for me, right? Like removing my bias about the Sooners and Sooner Magic, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, you want to go to the Big 12 and be a head coach at a place that, for whatever reason, there's a lot of struggle. Like, I don't know the ins and outs of their situation, or be at a place where I have unlimited resources. I'm going to get the best. I'm in one of the top two conferences in college football. And I know this place bleeds tradition and bleeds success, and they fall in love with people. And you can, like, in essence, like become an icon and a staple of a program. And knowing, like, having watched Venables and watched Dabo, like, and how those things play out, I got a feeling, I don't know, but I got a feeling that Venables probably wants a guy to be around for a bit. I mean, that's
yeah,
why Todd Bates is there still.
yeah,
I agree with that 100% because Venables would not leave Clemson at all unless Venables got the Oklahoma job. I mean,
That's Big
he
Game
has
Bob
been
called him.
mentioned. He had so many opportunities over the years to go take that job. And what was the guy's name from Virginia Tech? Bud Foster, the defensive coordinator, was the same way. He did not leave Frank Beamer's side. I mean, it's something to be said about loyalty. That's how you really build a program.
Yep. You've got to fortify yourself, right? As a head coach, you have to fortify yourself with the staff. You got to fortify yourself with everybody around you because it's such a challenging job. And I got to believe that after the, first couple of years of BV having two OCs in 3 years, that was part of his process of picking the next OC at Oklahoma.
yeah. That's we've seen we've seen the openings opening up. UCLA, Virginia Tech, both, and now Oklahoma State. If you were the AD at one of those schools, I mean, who do you go get? Who do you make your first phone calls to?
This might sound crazy. I think that I make probably 7 to 10 calls on interest right now, and I evaluate how they do over the next couple of weeks. The guy that I think has done a marvelous job in college football, given his circumstance, is the guy up at Syracuse.
Rand Brown.
Yep.
I said after that loss to Syracuse last Saturday, if Dabo ever had to walk away, that would be the man I would immediately write that check to, no questions asked.
Yep. I mean, he's incredible. I think that if you look at it too, there's like, you know, there's some really great coaches out there that, depending on the situation, I think would probably make moves. Um, you know, obviously, Leopold at KU's done a great job. I know he signed an extension, but like, what are your resources at KU compared to an Oklahoma State? What are your resources there compared to a UCLA? You're like, so I think you're just kicking the tires, right? There's some really quality coaches out there. And then at the end of the day, for me right now is like, how do I find a program builder that, knowing that the portal is going to be the portal, like, how do I find a program builder who can withstand that and still build within it? Right. And so, it's tough. I think that's one thing I appreciate about Oklahoma's roster, not to be a homer, is that you look at like these like talented guys on the roster outside of Mateer and Ott and Burks, a lot of them, like especially on the defensive side of the ball, they're pretty much all homegrown except the Daniels kid who they got from Oklahoma State.
I was
And
gonna
then
say Stoney's from up here.
So
And I had a hot take on one of my lives the other day. I honestly think Lane Kiffin is going to go to Florida.
No.
You don't think so?
Are you gonna watch the E60 that comes out tonight?
I probably will.
Yeah, I think some of the clips I've seen from that is that Lane Kiffin needed Ole Miss as much as Ole Miss needed Lane Kiffin, and with his challenge, his struggles with sin and with substance abuse, and Ole Miss is become a place of comfort for him that he can live fully and not like there's the life piece, right? I think that's like the hard one. His daughter goes to Ole Miss. Like I guess when Auburn tried to get him, she like made a video with friends about like why they should stay there because of how well their life has been as a family being there. I really think Lane Kiffin is like over the rat race and has found home. But I could be wrong, right?
No, there was a video surfacing about John Summerall,
Mm-hmm.
the Tulane coach,
Yep. Great coach.
going to one of the SEC schools, and cryptic because Lane Kiffin had been saying he's going to be a SEC head coach, and cryptically in the message, Ole Miss was listed as one of them.
Yeah.
So
It's interesting.
that's why I said that.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. It's always interesting how it plays out, right?
It always is.
The one I get surprised about that there isn't murmurs about is Big Game Bob's brother up at Kentucky, but I think it's a tough situation up there.
I had said in the off season that he was on the hot seat. I just believe that with Kentucky's basketball and football feeds off of basketball feeds off of football, you really gotta have both coaches building programs at the same time to keep the talent in the state like that.
Yep. Yep. So I don't know. Coaching movement's always interesting, and I think the dynamic of it is changing as the dynamics of the landscape in college athletics change.
I agree. Brandon, what are your thoughts? You've been real quiet here lately.
I've put so many coaches in the grave this year that I literally said they all suck, and they all suck. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not talking about any more coaches this year because I do not want to put any more coaches in the graveyard. I put Sark in the graveyard. I put Dabo in the graveyard. I put Dayball in the graveyard. The only one left that I have that I've talked good about is Sirianni. And for some reason, it's probably because he's an Eagle that they're doing so well.
That's why I'm going to pick the Cowboys the rest of the season because you put my coach in the graveyard. Just remember that.
That's funny.
How did your picks go this weekend, Coach?
I don't know. I didn't rehash them out. I was on the road recruiting, so
gotcha.
How was that? I was like, tell us a little bit about what happened in your week. I mean, I know you guys started baseball practice last week, so kind of give us the update.
Yeah, practice went really well last week. We're dealing with some weather here this week. You're over in Oklahoma, it's been rainy. Just installing a bunch of stuff. We've spent a lot of time in development, just individually. It's been really good. We got a ton of new guys, so it's you just kind of go at a slower pace when that's the case. And went on the road to Texas this weekend and saw a bunch of good players down at UTA and had a good weekend out recruiting and got a big time commit from out in Canyon, Texas, out by Amarillo.
There you go.
Yeah, so our class is coming together really well. Got a couple kids in here late this week. That was, if you saw that in the back, that was the boss, Coach Gentry, the pride of Claremore, Oklahoma. He was flying around doing something. I'm not sure what he's up to. He's got a very determined look on his face for whatever reason. So, But it's been a great week. So really excited about the guys. We'll play a little bit this weekend, learn a little bit more about the group.
What's your
So
guys'
go
schedule
ahead.
like this year? Like,
We,
you guys started practice. You guys play fall games and stuff.
yeah. So NCAA allots us one date, so we'll use that here in October.
Talk to us about recruiting a minute. I mean, you're going to have commits and decommits. How many more athletes do you really have soft commits from in case you get the decommit?
Yeah, I think we always plan like by position group. So like if I know we're thick like in the outfield and we get a guy, I'm probably not gonna go get like a backup, like fortify it as much. But if we're thinner in a group, we'll fortify it a little bit more just to make sure. And then like the thing is like most of the decommits like are high school kids, and so that happens over the summer. So like we can go pick up like a transfer, like so it's kind of just like a constant flowing system, I guess. Um, really don't think about it a ton. Like I guess that can catch you poorly because you just assume that people's word is their word, and so um, we still operate under that, and for the most part, it holds true. Like we only had one guy decommit late last year, which was fine.
How fast are you moving your guys up? Like, I mean, I know obviously your smaller school. The goal is to one day play D1. How fast are you guys cycling your guys? I mean, pretty much every year.
I mean, we only had one guy bounce at the end of the year. I think it's not something we promote. I think if a guy has a conversation with us and we will help him if that's what he wants. But like we just like guys love it here. Like there's an aspiration for that for sure. But like guys just really enjoy it here, so we really don't have much of that kind of attrition.
I must say, being an Oklahoma Christian, I just loved being there. None of that mattered to me. But I know for a lot of guys, for football guys, it's a lot different. Like it was all
Yeah.
about getting them. For going from prep school to, whatever it is. You know what I mean? And so I
Yep.
didn't know if that's how you guys work too. I know baseball, it was a little different. Baseball's a lot different. Not a little different. Baseball's a lot different. But
Yeah. I
being on the
think,
baseball field, it was like a calming and like you were just happy to be there. Where
yep.
football, it was like constant. Anyway,
Yep. For sure.
While you were recruiting this weekend, did you stop anywhere for some good barbecue in Texas?
Absolutely not. I'm a Kansas City guy. The barbecue there is just me.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
uh,
You get you a
No,
steak then?
I wish
I
the
did.
Texas had the Kansas City sauce. Like the meat
Yeah.
is really good down there, but the
Yeah.
sauce in Kansas City is the best.
Oh, for sure. I mean, no, I was at the field a bunch, so like a lot of times I'm on the road. Like I knew I was doing chapel at my daughter's school this morning, so I spent some time in the Word preparing for that, and then, I take my time, get coffee. I don't have kids climbing all over me. Go on a walk, enjoy quiet, and we had dinner with a friend of mine, Saturday night. But it's a place I like to go anytime I'm in Dallas. They have a couple of them, Blue Goose Mexican restaurant. That there's a couple of them in DFW, and him and I kind of always just go there. I don't know, and so um, yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. The fall recruiting events are so fast, right? You have 30 hours, 35 hours, you're gone typically.
Okay.
So in the summer, yeah, I'll probably enjoy the towns I'm in a little bit more.
I mean, you were in Dallas. Did you at least go see the stadium? I mean,
So UTA is right by AT&T and Globe Life. So like I've worked events out on the field at Globe Life. It's a cool stadium. Like
Yeah.
Jerry's World. I don't know. Once you've been to Vegas and seen Allegiant, I think those two places pale in comparison to that place out there.
Gotcha.
I'm from Vegas, but I've not seen Allegiant Stadium yet. I've been in Oklahoma for too long now, but I used to hang iron, and a buddy of mine went and hung that stadium, and he was showing me pictures of it and everything. And they were so freaking high up in the air, dude. That would have been so cool.
It's a cool stadium. It is. I'll be out. I go to Vegas next week to recruit. So I know I'm not going to go to the stadium, but I've gone to a Raiders closed practice there. It's pretty sweet.
I bet. That's pretty neat.
We had a conversation last night on a live, Coach. That the A's are getting ready. They're going to be going to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So when they go, two things? Do you think they change the last name? And even if they do or don't, do you think they keep the same colors?
I don't know if they change that. I think they stay. I think they have to stay traditional because you have a big fan base. Probably, my assumption is that there's a decent amount of A's fans that have moved to Vegas from California, and so like I think if you rock that boat too much, right? Like you don't want to like tick off your whole fan base, right? Like I just really think the Chargers did that when they moved to LA. Even though San Diego is only 2.5 hours south, like, and I don't know if it sat well. And, you watch Chargers games when they're at home, like it doesn't feel like a home game. And so, that's unfortunate because like when they're in San Diego, that place would rock,
Yeah.
And so it's just, I hope they don't. I know the stadium they're putting in is going to be awesome. I look forward to going to it at some point, but I don't think they do.
That was just something we talked about last night. That was kind of like got in that discussion about teams moving, and that's like their names don't make sense anymore. Like Utah, the Jazz.
Yeah.
It was the New Orleans Jazz, and then now it's Utah Jazz.
Right. Yeah. No, nothing screams jazz music like Utah. So.
Yeah. Exactly.
I do see the Las Vegas Athletics. I do see them doing like a black and silver, like alternate jersey, like one night.
They'll probably have this. The was Major League called the City Connect. They'll probably do something really cool.
Yeah. And I looked up some of the jersey concepts last night, and I sent a couple out to a friend of mine, a couple friends of ours. They were really cool looking. I mean, one of them I saw kind of looked like the Golden Knights, the black and gold color.
Yeah.
And had some of the green in the lettering. So if they did something like that, that would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, there's a lot of options being in Vegas. There's no doubt. So.
By the way, Coach, I collect hats from colleges.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I'll
Asking
take a
for
hat.
stuff.
I'll take a hat. I just need a hat, sir.
Drop me your address. I'll get you hooked up.
All right.
I'll get you hooked up. So, no, I mean, yeah, I'm excited because my buddy's trying to get us tickets to the UFC fight next weekend.
Oh, there you go.
And that's one thing like I want to go to all the time. Like I've wanted to go to one. So we'll see if it plays out.
That would be interesting.
That would be cool, actually.
All right, Coach. We're going to get into what you've been waiting to get into. Let's talk about it. Friday night, Florida State, Virginia Tech. What's going on?
Florida State is making their presence known. I mean, they're on the road. I mean, Virginia's been better, I guess. I think Florida State's just too much to handle.
I agree. I agree. Corey?
I definitely agree.
I think it'll be a close game. I mean, the Morris kid's good, right? Like, son of a coach. He's good. But, like, I don't know. Florida State's out for blood.
I think Florida State's too good. I like Mike Norvell. Go ahead.
Yep.
As our friend calls him, Tommy Casserole, the quarterback. I just think he's gonna run and pass all day on Virginia. Virginia's coach, I think he might be on his way out, to be totally honest.
Fair assumption. Give me Florida State.
I think all the Florida teams are good this year. Every single one of them.
Except one.
TCU, Arizona State. Now, I think this is a big time matchup. I think this is going to be a bigger game. than
I
what a lot of
stand by what I said last week. I still think Scadaboo's the heartbeat of Arizona State. I don't care what they do, where they do it. Like, I'm not buying it at all. Not at all, dude. Like, I'm not. Like, TCU by 1,000. Like, they're going to the desert and they're coming back with a bunch of snake skins.
Corey.
I'm thinking I picked TCU. That Hoover kid is just I think he's too much. I think that passing game is, and like the coach said, not having Scadaboo actually hurts. It hurts Levitt a lot. So I go with TCU.
That's a hard one because I like Sam Levitt. I expect him to come out this year. But Brandon and I, since we've been watching college football together, we both been high on Hoover. He is a great quarterback.
Yeah, he's really good.
I'm a roll against the grain here. Give me Arizona State.
Well, I'm rocking TCU, and I picked TCU to go to the Big 12 championship game along with Iowa State. And right now, both those teams are rocking. TCU does look really, really good. Texas Tech looks pretty good. But I'm rocking TCU for the Big 12 championship. Let's go. Let's go, Horned Frogs.
But before we move on, what is a horned frog?
Nobody knows.
Go to Texas Christian in Fort Worth and ask them. I'm not really big on this game, but Georgia Tech, Wake Forest. I think Georgia Tech blows them out.
Yeah, Ashford's trash.
Yeah, I agree with that. That quarterback, what is this, his second or third school in third school? And he has been trashed at all three schools. So
Give me Georgia Tech. They were my dark horse. They beat my Tigers. I can't pull against them now.
All right. This one's going to be fun for you, Coach. USC at Illinois.
Oh, I will never in my life ever pick Tebow to win. If you're from Oklahoma, you understand what I'm saying when I say Tebow in reference to Lincoln Riley, the B out west. Like, I'm not. No, Illinois, I like what USC's done at quarterback. Like, the kid's good. They've got dynamic playmakers. They probably win, but I'm choosing Illinois.
you know what? I live in Illinois. Yes, everybody says I'm an Illinois hater, but I praised Illinois last week.
Same.
And they went to Illinois or went to Indiana, and they looked like my Cowboys.
Yeah, worse.
And you know what? I'm picking them again.
Go
again. I cannot do. I'm like you. I can't pick Lincoln Riley. I'm going Illinois again.
They were my dark horse in the Big Ten this year.
There is something about USC I can't stand. Go ahead, Rodney. Sorry.
Are you kidding me? After saying they were my dark horse and they came out and put whatever that was against Indiana, I got to take USC.
I don't like stinking Lincoln. I'll never root for stinking Lincoln. And ever since y'all got beat by Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush, I have a deep hate for USC when we walked all over them. Oh, I was so happy in 05. I will never root for USC. So I'm taking Illinois in this one as well, even though they're probably not set up to win that game. Notre Dame, Arkansas.
I'll go last. You guys go first.
This game right here, I picked Notre Dame, and it's because of what I've said before. Notre Dame has started off 0-2. Notre Dame's going to make the playoffs at 10-2. I don't see Arkansas. I don't see Arkansas beating them. I like the CJ Carr if they can get their running back going, like he did last year. I just got Notre Dame. I'm sticking to it. Notre Dame goes 10-2 and goes to the playoffs.
Brandon, I'm going to let you go.
I'm taking Arkansas in this one. For some reason, I just don't think Notre Dame's that good this year. And I think Arkansas is going to pull some games out and play spoiler this year.
You know, I watched that Miami game, and that they're not utilizing Notre Dame's not utilizing Jeremiah Love like I thought they would. That power back. Notre Dame's missing Al Golden. That defensive backfield looks horrid. As much as I hate to pick a SEC school, being an ACC fan, give me Arkansas.
Oh man, I went last hoping all of you guys were going to choose Notre Dame. But here's the deal. Taylor Green, look at his numbers. He's a Heisman candidate. Nobody wants to talk about it. 4 games, 1,600 total yards, already has 14 touchdowns. You kidding me? Who is this guy? It's unbelievable. He's 2 fumbles away from by his playmakers from being 4-0 and having a big win on the road at Ole Miss. And so, man, Pittman's just an old country boy down there, and you got the old-time group of Notre Dame coming into Fayetteville. Man, Hogs run wild. Hogs win this one, and I feel really good about this one. I think Notre Dame always gets a lot of love because they're Notre Dame, but give me the Hogs, and as they say down here, give me the Hogs by 40.
Wow, that would be a massive upset if that score happened, Coach.
Feel good about it, that one.
Utah State, Vanderbilt.
Oh, Vandy, like not even a game.
Vandy, not even a game. I agree with Coach.
Yeah. That's where I'm at. All right, Ohio State, Washington.
Ohio State's traveling almost 3,000 miles. Washington 3-0. Just saying, really hasn't playing on the road. You know, I don't think Washington wins this one, but I think it's more a game for a lot longer than what people will give it to. I think Washington, they do a great job, you know, controlling the clock and running the football. I think they have a really good idea of who they are, and they're going to play the game to not let it get away from them and see if the young quarterback cracks.
And I completely agree with Coach Bacon. That's the same thing I was thinking is, you know, going all the way to Washington being 3-0, and they're going to play their game, and they're going to see what the freshman quarterback is all about. And, you know, if they can control the Jeremiah Smith, you know, they're going to keep that game close. But I still think Ohio State pulls it out.
I'm not going to go against the grain this time. Give me Ohio State.
I mean, it's a sweep. I'm going to take Ohio State because I don't trust Washington, but I don't know. I think that defense at Ohio State's pretty good. LSU at Ole Miss.
All right. I enjoy chaos, and I think Lane Kiffin has a group that's really bought into him. And they've been challenged. I get that Nussmeier might be the top quarterback picked out of this group. But in order to be that guy, you got to go on the road and win games like this. And he's done it before, but give me Ole Miss.
See, and that's my big thing there. I even have it on there on my pick'ems before we ever did it. I took Ole Miss. I don't care either one of the quarterbacks, or they play both quarterbacks at Ole Miss. We've seen LSU struggle. It might be the real Death Valley, but they're not playing in the real Death Valley this week. They're playing at Ole Miss, so I got Ole Miss.
Brandon, go ahead.
I just don't like LSU fans, so I was going to root for Ole Miss just to hopefully help them. However, the Heyo thing is pretty funny. Give me Ole Miss in a stunner. Rod,
we got 3 Ole Misses. Do I go different? Give me Ole Miss in the sweep. It's at home, and everything in my bones go back to that Florida game. 5 interceptions against Florida, and you only put up 10 points. Give me Ole Miss.
All right. Auburn at Texas A&M.
I think my personal opinion on that one is I'm going Texas A&M. Auburn looked decent against OU this last week, but I think they got up for that game, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get up a second time. So I've got Texas A&M.
I'm taking Auburn with the upset. I like what they did last week against OU. I feel like they got cheated. I feel like OU paid the refs. I don't know how much, but it's a lot. And so I think Auburn's heated. I think Auburn goes into A&M and upsets them at home.
Here's the common denominator. Stratton Arnold. Stratton Arnold can come out and be the best or stink up like none other.
Yeah.
And you know what? Stratton Arnold played his butt off last week. I know Coach is disagreeing with me.
If he makes throws, Auburn beats OU.
I agree with that.
He played average because he's average.
My wife is an Auburn fan, so I'm in trouble if I go against Auburn. But give me Texas A&M.
All right, this pick is. Man, College Station's tough. Kyle Field's loud. Kyle Field rocks. Jackson Arnold has never gone on the road and won a big game.
Yep.
That doesn't stop this week. I take Texas A&M.
I like it. I'm the only one going against the grain. Indiana at Iowa.
Give me Iowa. Give me the defensive group. They'll have a special team score. They're throwing the ball a little bit better. Indiana is on cloud nine after a big win last week. They got to go to Iowa City. They're going to wave at the Children's Hospital, and then they're going to wave at Indiana on their way out of town with that mob boss they got running that program.
Mob boss? Wait, mob boss?
The funny thing is on this one is I picked Iowa because, with the spread, because I think it's going to be a close game. But I have to pick Indiana squeaking it out, unfortunately, because if there's one thing I dislike almost as bad as the Bears, it's the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Brandon?
I really like the Iowa Hawkeyes. I agree with Coach that they are looking a lot better than they've looked. I really like the way they played against Iowa State in week 0 or week 1 or whatever it was. Way back when. Give me Indiana. I think Indiana's the truth. I think Indiana squeaks it out by 3. I think it's like a 13-10 ball game.
It comes down to the offenses in this game. Iowa is getting better, but honestly, are they good enough to win a shootout? And I'm going to say no. So for that reason, give me Indiana.
That's everybody?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We got Tennessee and Mississippi State.
Yeah, Tennessee, Mississippi State. Boy, this one's tough.
Nah, in the words of Will Ferrell, give me some more cowbell.
I actually picked Mississippi State to cover, but I also think Shapen could have a good game at quarterback, and if being at home, the upset wouldn't surprise me, but I still say Tennessee pulls it out. Sitting there shaking his head at me.
Freaking more cowbell, man.
So
Mississippi State's at home. Aguilar hadn't really played a road game in the SEC. That place is going to be rocking. His ears are going to be ringing. It's going to feel like a Sunday morning for me in college with a headache the whole time, and he's not going to know what to do. He's gonna throw. I mean, he's thrown 3 picks. He's had one quality opponent in Georgia. Man, he's gonna throw some picks. It's gonna be a back and forth one. Mississippi State ends up winning this thing. They got Lebby down there leading the charge. Big old country boy, product of Sooner Nation and Lane Kiffin. So 2 of my favorites. Lebby makes a splash from Mississippi State, gets the donors fired up, gets some money rolling in, and the former Sooner quarterback, national champion, goes back to Knoxville, just ticked off.
Brandon, what you got?
Boy, it's really hard to go against Heupel twice. I watched what he did in 2000, so it's really hard to go against that man twice. I like Mississippi State in this. I don't know why. Tennessee feels fraudulent. There's something about Tennessee that just isn't sitting right with me besides the fans. Not all of them. Not all of them. There's a lot of good ones. But I'm going to go Mississippi State just because I just have that feeling.
And Coach will agree with me. Tennessee always loses the games they should not lose. They lost to Arkansas last year.
They lost to Georgia.
Georgia shouldn't have lost. So with that said, Jeff Lebby is playing for his job because he has not done well in a few years.
He's on year 2. That's brutal.
Year 2. I thought he was year 3. I apologize. I thought he was year 3. Thanks for the correction, Coach. I stand corrected. All right. But either way, it's a must-win for Lebby to build the program. Either way, we agree with that. So, I'm going Mississippi State.
Sorry. I had to give you the old Rocky Top.
Team's as fake as Dolly's.
I know he was year 3. Thank you, Coach, for whatever reason.
So you taking Bird?
I'm taking Mississippi State as well. I just think Tennessee's going to lose.
I'm the only one. It's okay.
All right, Arizona at Iowa State.
Oh, this is Iowa State at home. If we got anybody that disagrees with that one.
Yeah, no, Iowa State.
I picked Iowa
I've been
State for
talking
the
about
Big 12
Rocco.
championship game. So, yeah, I'm rocking Iowa State all year.
Iowa State. Hold on one.
Sweep. Oregon, Penn State. Must not sweep.
Well,
Oregon is the most underrated top 10 team ever. Ever. Give me Oregon.
you know what? I'm going with the Illinois kid to break off a couple big runs as a freshman this year. Penn State, no matter what they've done, they do not have that speed.
Yeah.
They cannot match up with Oregon's speed. I like Dante Moore. I like Hill as one of their running backs. I say they come into Penn State and they pull off the big upset.
So this one wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. I'm taking Oregon as well for everything that you guys just said. I think Oregon's the truth. I think Oregon's for real.
And I will pick for Bird.
I'll say this: if I had to pick a national champion right now, I that's probably who I pick.
Oregon. Oh,
All right, I'm back. My wife needed something real quick. I apologize, guys.
All right, real quick. Oregon, Penn State.
Penn State.
Oh,
I told you.
All right, Bird. You went against the grain. All right, Alabama at Georgia.
Oh, man. Kalen is feeling the pressure. Kirby's just riding the wave of Kirby Smart. Give me Georgia at home. Go Dogs.
This one for me has actually been tough. Honestly, I mean, unfortunately, I've been going back and forth with this game. I got Georgia at home, and that's the only reason I took Georgia is because they're at home.
I can't root for
Brandon?
Alabama. I don't have it in me. That'll never happen. Give me Georgia.
Well, this is going to be funny how I'm going to say this. It's nothing worse than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan. Like the song says. Georgia's at home, but Kalen DeBoer needs that statement win to get the boosters off his back, to get the fan base united again. Give me Alabama.
Give me Alabama. All right.
Ooh,
Real quick, Coach. I know you. I know it's 11 o'clock and you got to go.
it's all good.
UMass
We
at
can finish
Missouri.
out.
UMass at Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah, it's not even close for me.
No,
We
it's all Missouri.
we're
Yeah.
not even picking that game.
And then BYU at Colorado. I think this is probably going to be a sweep too. Give me BYU. I think BYU for real. I think Colorado's fraudulent.
BYU.
Coach.
I ain't
got
hard to
BYU.
find. I ain't hard to find. And prime time shows up when there's time to get money on the table. I think they've settled on the Slater kid a little bit here. Kid won a ton at Liberty. Faced some adversity here early. They're at home. BYU's really talented. I mean, BYU can win this game. But I just feel like Prime is like an elite motivator, and he knows that he has to motivate his group for this one. And so, man, I think Prime finds a way to win. I don't think BYU is as good as they have been. They're a quality football team. They're consistent, but the Big 12 is chaotic. Boulder at night. Give me the Buffs.
Give me. I just don't like that defense, Coach. That
That's
defense
fine.
in Colorado scares me.
It's the Big 12. They've never liked defense.
I know.
That is true.
I know, but
You ain't lying.
They look like Clemson.
leave me alone for once. Give me BYU. I believe in the coach there more than Dion right now.
You know, I might have to switch my pick there just because Bird went with BYU.
All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate y'all joining us today. We are sponsored by Heaven Sent Hellbent Gear. Get your hshbgear.com. Enter promo code MARRIED. Get your 15% off. Dubby Energy, DUBBY Energy.com. Enter promo code MARRIED. Get your 10% off. And Liquid Nitro Energy.
Hey, Brandon,
What's up?
I got one thing before I go. It's kind of been on my heart here. And I know Corey's an Illinois guy, and he may have seen it. So this weekend, Matt Shaw missed the Sunday game for the Cubs. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Cubs third baseman Matt Shaw.
Yeah.
He's friends with Charlie Kirk. And they were friends, and Cubs gave him permission. And I think, man, we all love sports here, but I think something happened with him and that I saw on Facebook and a ton of social media. Like, Charlie Kirk's wife, no matter your political whatever, like, reached out to him and asked him to come. And he's getting so much flack for it. And I think that just shows like a huge problem that we have with sport. We all love sports. They take us away from the challenges of life, but we can't and I live it. But anybody that's listening, like you're not defined by your team. You're not defined by like who you play. You're defined by so much more, and we've got to remember that, right, as a country and as people, that like people are people, and to react to, like, you don't react to your coworker when he misses for a funeral, but to see that guy demonized on the internet is unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
that's something we've forgotten as a society, Coach, that, you know, it don't matter. You know, we've always been taught when we growing up, two things you don't talk about is religion and politics, because that's the easiest way to get into a fight.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Humanity should not be taken lightly, because just because of what you believe in, we're still all human, and life is short. I commend Matt. I commend Shaw for doing that. You know what? He put his baseball away, his game,
Yep.
and he went there to support a lady mourning the death of her husband. Whether you like him or not, he did that, and he took the quality. He took life over a sport.
Mm-hmm.
And I even being a Cardinal fan, I give him all the credit in the world for that. You know what? And the people that are sitting there bashing him on the internet and stuff, shame on them.
Yep.
It's not like that, we've all make mistakes. We all do whatever. We have our own views. Just because we have that doesn't mean we're wrong. So, but I congratulate Matt Shaw. You know what? He's got the biggest balls of them all. No offense.
Yep.
Because he just told everybody, you know what, whatever, bye. I'm going to this.
Yep.
So I'm with you on that.
I'm glad
I
the
agree.
I mean, that says a lot for the organization to back him and say, yeah, man, go to your friend's funeral, do all that. I mean, that's a lot on the organization. So shout out to that organization for allowing him to be a part of that and do that. That's a way to be a leader.
And I'm going to say this, go Cubs, because you know what? That's the right thing to do.
They deserved that win last night. They did not deserve to come back on by the Mets.
They're in the playoffs. It don't matter. Cade Horton, the Sooners should start game 1 and should be all right.
Oh my. Not only do I got to listen to this man now because of the Bears, now I got to listen to him because of the Cubs also.
Hey, Corey, you'll love this. My best friend growing up, his dad was a Cardinal. His dad was the 82 World Series MVP. And him and I used to go to the playoff games in St. Louis, and he'd come with us to Cubs playoff games. We'd always wear Cubs and Cardinals stuff. It's the best rivalry in baseball.
It is. I enjoy it.
It's the most heated but friendly one out there. And that's
the thing. Whether you're a Cardinal fan going to Wrigley or you're a Cub fan going to Busch, you when you do that, you see the fans, out in the bleachers, you see Cardinal and Cub people sitting next to each other, talking, having drinks, having a good time, rooting for their team. That's the way sports is supposed to be.
Yep.
So, that is the biggest thing.
I'm just being in y'all's division. Why in the world did we go to the American League?
Because it was agreed upon when expansion happened or whatever happened that time, that the Astros would move to the AL.
Yeah.
I was on the wrong side of history. I was rooting for Sammy Sosa during that race. Mark McGuire, congratulations. But dude, I love playing y'all. When y'all would come to us or we'd go to y'all, like Cubs, Astros, Cubs, Cardinals. That rivalry was so much fun. So much fun. But, hey, Coach Bacon, when we say goodbye to our guests, I need you to stay on for just a moment. Guys, we appreciate y'all for being with us today. Thank y'all so much. Y'all guys have any final words?
Go Cubs.
Coach Bacon, go recruit Wyatt Mommen. Look the name
Wyatt Mommen. All right.
All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us today. Peace.
Peace.